Welcome back to Fox 10 Midday on this Wednesday. We have a great program to tell you about this morning. It's called Nest of Mobile, and I have here with me Norman McCrummen and Judge Edmund Naiman to talk about it. Men, good morning to the both of you.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you for being here on Fox 10 Midday. This is so special. We were just talking, the start of this has been really, really important, and the impact that you have seen personally has been really impressive as well.
Well, thank you so much. 10 years ago, almost to the day, 10 years ago, I met Judge Naiman. And in meeting him, everything changed in my life. And because we got to be friends right away. And he told me of the need, a deep, deep need for the community to help in the rehabilitation and the mentoring and encouraging of young people who have been in the juvenile court. And he said, when they leave the court, they're going back into chaos. They're going back into troubled areas and troubled homes. And we need people to be mentoring. So out of that vision came Nest, which is an organization of 30 teams of volunteers. And each team has 4, 5, 6 members, and they mentor one individual who has been through a crisis of some kind and who so often these young people live in very difficult circumstances. But we have been very successful. I mean, of course, it's an up and down thing, and but we are enjoying a success that has been governed and measured, analyzed deeply. And the young people who go through our mentoring program are now experiencing one of the lowest recidivism rates in the nation. 24% recidivism rate.
Wow.
That's amazing. But it's all because of Judge Naiman's vision. It was his vision. It was his compassion for these young people that brought about the creation of Nest.
I was just telling you guys, as a young teenager, I was mentored as well, and the impact that had on me is just so important, especially when you've got the right people paired up with that younger generation. Judge Naiman, was there a specific moment in time where you thought, yeah, this needs to happen, or was it just over a period of time?
Well, time and time again, I'm addressing children that, you know, 92% of the children that come into my courtroom don't have a father in the home for the most part, a single parent home, and they live in poverty and they're doing poorly in school, and there's so many issues that come from that situation. And so we have great programs and we can get a child back on the right track, but what we were seeing, you know, in my courtroom is I had to return them without that one strong person in life. And so many of them don't even have one person in their life that reach out their hand and say, I will not let you fail. And so that frustration was building, and we're doing so much, but we can only do so much.
Right.
And I knew that we had to go out in the community, and luckily I found a guy like this that I could say, help me, Norman, help me. And he put into action, into motion, you know, a real true change for our community.
Right, and Norman, like Judge Naiman said, you guys are filling in the gap, and we need the community's help to continue that effort.
Yes,
is that
we
right?
do. We badly need volunteers. We have literally hundreds of young people who today need desperately to be mentored, to be encouraged, to be loved, to be supported, and that's what our teams do. But we need volunteers.
So if someone's watching and they want to be...
It's very simple. They simply go online and go to Nest of Mobile, Nest of Mobile, and then say that they want to be a part of the Nest volunteer program. And
they will go through background checks, and we'll make sure that, you know, there's nothing that would keep them from being able, but there's very little that would, other than serious issues in their past. But, you know, and we have a breakfast coming up.
We do. We have in this program, and I hope many people will be interested. It's going to be at the original Oyster House on the Causeway at 7:30 in the morning.
Well, it sounds delicious. If you're interested, that's where you can learn more information. Before we go, Judge Naiman, really quickly, what kind of impact do you hope this makes long term?
Well, you know, we want as many teams as possible
Yeah.
because we have so many kids and they are great kids. A lot of times you see on the news, that you hear horrible things, but these are great kids that are just looking for someone to believe in and someone that won't let them fail. And I think this community right now, more than ever, we need those people, and we have them in our community. If they can just share a little, so many great things can happen.
Amazing. That breakfast will be at Original Oyster House in the morning at 7:30. We are going to have more on fox10tv.com. Norman, Judge Naiman, thank you both for what you're doing in our
Thank you.
community. Thanks for being on Fox 10 Midday. We'll have everything you need to know and a link to their website on fox10tv.com.